The book Gone is the first of 6 novels in Michael Grant's series. It takes place in the fictional Californian town of Perdido Beach. The book begins in a local school where we meet Sam and his friends Quinn and Astrid, 3 very significant characters in the story. While the students and teachers go about their normal day, there is a sudden and very strange occurrence where everyone over the age of 15 vanishes without warning, leaving the youth to fend for themselves. The beginning of the book, in my opinion, is very effective as the reader is immediately hooked and very curious, demanding to know what is happening. The troubled teens soon realize even their parents have vanished, leaving babies and people with various disabilities in a terrible situation. A few hours after this very strange occurrence, while the 3 friends are searching in Sam's basement for any clue of where their parents may be, Sam's hands light up, enabling him to see in the dark. The teens discuss his ability and have split opinions on the matter. Sam believes his ability to emit light from his hands has a connection with the mysterious vanishing of all adults and focuses more on the scientific aspect of it, whereas Quinn believes it may be related to God and religion. This particular discussion interested me, as we can clearly see how Quinn is introducing the religious aspect into this disaster. This can be paralleled in historical society, as many people would use religion and God as the culprit of various natural disasters. The science versus religion aspect of their argument was very prevalent in the past, when significant explanations were beginning to overpower religious explanations. After much discussion, the general consensus between the 3 teens is that the nuclear power plant may have something to do with the strange occurrence. The 3 have come across strange birds who appear very abnormal, as well as various other animals who seem to have been affected by the possible involvement of the nuclear power plant. When reading this, I immediately began to relate this to the nuclear disaster of Chernobyl, and how the disaster has affected the living organisms surrounding it. If it was linked to a nuclear disaster, then one could infer that the novels to come will retain the same setting, as nuclear material can take thousands of years to deteriorate. A little while later in the novel, a group called the Coates Kids decided Perdido was out of order, and they felt the city needed a police force, which was a position they quickly adopted. I could easily relate this event to our society, as some countries in the past, and even today, are in a state of anarchy, lacking any kind of law, and those countries are in a terrible state. I also related the Coates Kids' decision to many rebellious organizations, like the IRA and the Al-Qaeda terrorist group, as both of these groups have essentially taken over their countries without any consent and have ruled to their liking. For my character sketch, I chose Sam, as he played a huge role in the book. Sam is a very heroic character. On multiple occasions he has attempted to save people, like when he saved a girl from a burning building, and he is also one for controlling a situation with his very calm and mature attitude. From this we can also gather that he is a very caring individual, which is also represented in his love for Astrid. We also learn that he is very loyal, and is extremely disappointed when Quinn shows no concern for Sam and Astrid's capture by a rebel group. One of the main struggles Sam experienced in the novel was when he realized that his birthday was less than 2 weeks away, and he would be turning 15, keeping in mind everyone over the age of 15 has been vanished from the area. Despite this, Sam remains very calm, continually providing for the rest of the group, as well as maintaining order. I believe the main theme in this novel is love. Throughout the story, there is an obvious presence of love, like in the introduction of the novel, when Sam, Quinn, and Astrid search for their parents. This demonstrates the love for one's parents and family. I found there was also a presence of love with Sam and Astrid, who seemed to be very interested in each other. Throughout the book, though, there was definitely the presence of love with the 3 friends. They stuck together despite all of the ups and downs, and would come to each other's aid without hesitation. Overall, I would rate this novel a 3 out of 5. It had an amazing introduction, and I was immediately hooked, but I somewhat lost interest throughout the book, as the events seemed to be quite similar and repetitive. I also thought the author could have improved his description in some areas, like when the 2 15-year-old girls dramatically and suddenly disappeared. He simply stated their disappearance, which I felt was quite bland, and injected a nonchalant feeling into the reader. Despite some areas that need improvement, the book was great, and I can't wait to read the rest of the series.